Hey friends, very good morning. Welcome to another interesting video of FxYogi. In today's video, let's learn about Bitcoin as a store of wealth. Bitcoin's status as a deflationary currency makes it incredibly useful in times where fiat currency is undergoing gross levels of inflation. Like gold has been traditionally used in times of economic hardship, Bitcoin has the potential to do the same, to be used as a store of value or wealth. Bitcoin has to fulfill a few criteria. Number 1, it has to not be perishable. Number 2, it has to not depreciate over time. The second criteria is somewhat debatable, as critics argue that Bitcoin could depreciate due to better technology surpassing it. However, Bitcoin has now reached a certain market point where the idea itself has an intrinsic value. Like say email or Facebook, email isn't particularly useful if you are the only one with an address to send mail to. But the more people use the technology, the easier and more valuable it is. Venezuela is currently undergoing the worst cash crisis of the decade. Inflation has reached a level where people's money is nigh on worthless against the US dollar. And much of the country cannot afford basic necessities. This is except for those who hold bitcoins, whose value against the US dollar continues to increase. China is doing the same thing. Albeit of different reasons, traditional investments in Chinese assets have returned less than previous years due to the government's devaluation of the yuan. Converting money to gold and silver is heavily regulated and often incurs large transaction costs. Bitcoin does not suffer from any of these issues, and often it is the only alternative for those who are looking to secure their wealth in both the short and the long term. Gold has long been the traditional backup plan or hedge against uncertain financial markets. In times of war or financial crisis, gold prices tend to rise when financial markets are falling. However, in recent times, this has not been the case. At the time of writing, gold's 12-month performance is stagnant, whereas Bitcoin has risen by nearly 1,000%. Growing tensions in North Korea are just one factor that has spurred Bitcoin's growth in times of uncertainty. Tensions in the region have led to increased purchases from the Chinese, Japanese, and South Korean markets. That's all for today. Let's catch up in the next video with more interesting content. Until then, stay tuned. Take care. Bye-bye.